Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 5, Chapter 13, I believe? The Jedi, which suggests this episode that maybe we're actually going to meet some Jedi, which is very exciting. There's also the part of me that's like, don't separate my family, please. But I don't think he's just going to leave the baby with the first Jedi he meets, but they might actually have some information to follow. It does seem as though potentially this lead will actually pan out to a promising piece of information because the episode is called The Jedi, so surely we're going to learn something about that. But yeah, I, as you know, am in love with this show. So if you would like to watch the unedited version of this reaction, it's up on my Patreon, and you can also see the unedited versions of every single episode of The Mandalorian. I have reacted to all of them, and you can vote in polls for my next show. It will be, I think, around the 7th of December-ish is the time the next poll will be up for a new show to add into my channel, but I am in love with this show. I'm in love with Baby Yoda, I'm in love with Mando, I need to see more, so let's go. So of course I'm really stressed because of the ending of the previous one, but let's go. And just a really quick thought before I properly start the episode. One of the shows that will be on the poll in December will be The Clone Wars, because people have been talking about that so much, and I don't really know why I never watched it. I think I didn't watch it because I thought it was like a kids show. And I will watch shows that are potentially aimed at kids, but it was not my sort of first thing. But finding out that it's got like a lot of like lore and Mandalorian information, and just it sounds like a really good show given how much everyone's been telling me about it. So what I just wanted to double confirm is I looked it up. It's all on Disney Plus, so that's great. I can find it. But is the order I need to watch it is there's a movie, so I need to watch the movie first. Then it's like seasons 1 to 6 of the Clone Wars. Then it's the Star Wars Rebels, however, I think there might be 2 or 3, 4 seasons of that, but all of that, then it's season 7 of Clone Wars. That is the correct order to watch it. Just if you could confirm for me that that is how I need to be watching this, because that way, if it doesn't win this poll, I will probably at some point just choose it if it doesn't win a poll, but yes, I just wanted to confirm that I'm not going to go into this wrong. Oh gosh. Yeah, there's a fight going on out there, alright? I see lightsabers. Ooh, I recognise her from images of the Clone Wars. Oh, it's so cool. Like, I love the effects of the laser blasts and the lightsabers in the mist, so you can't really see anything. All you can see is that light.
How many lives is the knowledge I possess?
Oh god. This to me seems like a really good transference from the animated to now. But obviously I've only seen pictures rather than the proper show. Baby Yoda, baby Yoda, baby Yoda. I've just been singing that to myself all week. I cannot stop my brain.
This is the place.
They're a family.
I'm gonna start the landing cycle. You better get back in your seat.
Oh, he wants his favourite.
Back in your seat.
Oh, they are such a cute. I love them. Their family can never be split up ever. Okay. Is he gonna use the Force? Because Mando didn't say he couldn't have it. He just said go to your seat, and he went to his seat. Oh, Mando, my love. As always, you arrived right in the middle of a situation. But there is a Jedi here, and that is what you're seeking. So while I do recognise her from the Clone Wars, I'm totally, from like images of the Clone Wars, I'm approaching this totally from Mando's perspective. So I know in the episode, I'll pause actually a little bit quickly, I know in the episode with Bo-Katan, was that her name? People were like, oh, why, how could you not like her? How could you not trust her? Or talk to her like that? And I was literally, knowing nothing about her, I was approaching it from Mando's side and how I was interpreting things through Mando. And that is how I'm going to be for as long as this character from the Clone Wars is in it. Now, once I've seen the Clone Wars, I will hopefully see it before season 3 of The Mandalorian, which there had better be a season 3, and it had better be with my son and the Mando, being a family. I will have more of a like both sides perspective. But that's what I know. Mando is what I know. He's got it! Oh, he's a happy baby.
Needs to stay in the ship.
You would be very sad if you lost it.
Open the gate.
Oh, I don't like this place. I don't trust it. I don't trust them having my son. Oh, but even the droids look defeated.
Not speak to them or to any of us.
Oh,
I just need to know.
oh gosh. This is not a good place. Commando. Oh, I know. I agree. Commando, help these people.
This target is priceless.
It's actually exactly who he's looking for. Very pretty. Is it Vescar? My stomach. Haven't eaten today.
What is that thing?
I keep it around for luck.
Oh,
Keep your eyes open.
he
He
is.
must be close.
Wide open.
False alarm.
Ah! Oh, talk to each other! Yep, she's not going to be an easy target. Oh, Mando, my love. Come on.
Katano! We need to talk.
Look at his son.
I hope it's about him.
Yes! The most important being in existence, yes. Are they chatting? Oh, yes, I will give you a cuddle.
Grogu and I can feel each other's thoughts.
Grogu?
Yes. That's his name. He was raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. Many masters trained him over the years.
I don't need a little moment. I know his name. I didn't expect that to hit or to happen. Hello, my son. I know your name now. Grogu. Is it Grogu? Grogu? Oh, he has a name. Of course you have a name, and it's a beautiful name.
He was raised at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant.
We know his history.
Many masters trained him over the years. Then his memory becomes dark.
Oh.
He's alone.
My task was to bring him to a Jedi.
You were not leaving him here.
He needs your help.
Need you. He was alone in the dark until he found you. The level of anxiety that has just hit me that he's going to leave the baby behind in this episode, like, catastrophic levels of anxiety. I love Mando regardless, but my rock.
Grogu.
I know you like the stone. He's a baby. Oh.
Sense much fear in you.
Oh. Was he hurt when he used his powers before? My baby, okay. He's lived in fear and darkness. But the minute he met Mando, he was trying to heal him, and he was trying to protect him and using his powers. And around Mando, he feels more safe to use his powers to steal his favorite toy and just kill me now because I'm in love.
Grogu. Come on. Take the stone.
Try to connect with him.
His shiny ball, you have it in your pocket.
Grogu,
He's ready.
do you want this?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Good job, kid. Very good.
He's formed a strong attachment to you.
Yes.
His attachment to you makes him vulnerable to his fears. His anger. I've seen what such feelings can do to a fully trained Jedi Knight.
Oh God.
To the best of us, I will not start this child down that path.
So does he want him to not train in his
To let
powers?
his abilities fade.
Oh.
I'll help you with your problem.
Mm.
If you see to it that Grogu is properly trained.
Oh, by you, Mando, though, okay?
Ex-military to me.
But he's not going to be another
Mind,
Darth
none
Vader.
of your laser swords would be able to protect you from all that firepower.
Laser swords?
A Mandalorian and a Jedi?
Yeah.
They'll never see it coming.
It was an ancient war. Baby Grogu, baby Grogu, baby Grogu. Sorry, my Baby Yoda song also fits now we know his name. It's just so cool. I'm still reeling from all the information we got about my son, and now.
Where is your master?
Oh. I mean, did you think it was going to be that easy and she wasn't going to be totally prepared?
Then go door to door.
Oh my God. Come on, Mando. Come on, Mando, come on, Mando, come on, Mando. Yes, Mando. Oh, God. No, 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 don't shoot this kind man. Or this kind man, you know, equally don't shoot. Yeah. Good people fight back against bad people, regardless of all prejudices. The tension. Oh, God. Stress. But epic stress.
Willing to lay our lives down for the right cause.
Yeah, your cause is not exactly right, is it?
This is not.
You surrendering? Do I trust him? I don't know that I do. Oh, don't. I mean, Mando is also not going to be trusting this, but he's quicker than you'd think. Yep. He's a Mandalorian. He's my Mandalorian, our Mandalorian. I'm so scared he's gonna. Oh, that sounds like a much happier town now. Oh, good. I'm so. I mean, their planet's been rather ruined, but.
I'll go get him.
No! He belongs with you, Mando. And if you want him to train with her, you should stick around too. My angel.
Time to say goodbye.
No! Your family. Please.
You're like a father to him.
Kind of too.
Place Grogu on the Seeing Stone at the top of the mountain.
Then what?
Then Grogu may choose his path.
Yeah.
If he reaches out through the...
He might choose Mando.
May the Force be with you.
This is the way. Please. You can't ever say goodbye to him. This show has to have Baby Yoda choose, Baby Grogu choosing him. We know his name now. I will try myself out for calling him Baby Yoda. So that's a cute nickname for him. They're a family, and it was great to see you. I can't wait to actually meet you properly in the Clone Wars. When I tell you the anxiety I felt there, that like the show might actually just shock everyone and leave Baby Yoda behind. Baby Grogu, I'm so sorry. I will get out of the habit. So that episode was everything. Yeah. I can only, like, I'm really excited just for how excited, that makes sense, anyone that has seen the Clone Wars would have been for this episode. Obviously, I missed out on a little bit of the excitement just because I was like, seen her before, rather than like, oh my god. And I think a lot of the plot of this episode seemed to be tied into the Clone Wars. So for me, when I watch the Clone Wars, it's gonna be like, that's what that episode was about. But no, she was a really cool character. In general, it was amazing seeing a Jedi in Mandalorian, because obviously Mando was kind of like Jedi. I think I've maybe heard of them. You know, he's not someone that has seen any of the 9 Star Wars films. So it was just really cool seeing lightsabers and hearing someone say, "May the Force be with you," and sort of just how epic a fighter she was. Like, as a character, she was so exciting. And if she's a part of the Clone Wars, that makes me even more excited to watch that, to get to know more about the Mandalorians and her and everything. So I'm definitely invested in adding that show to my Patreon list. And if it doesn't win, then probably at some point next year it will get added just by me. But oh my god, I love that episode. In terms of like, if you were someone that had never ever seen Star Wars, like I recently got my mum into the show and she has not seen any of, I think she saw the first Star Wars film in the cinema when it first came out, and she's not seen any of them. For no particular reason, she just hasn't, even though she loves sci-fi. I don't know. She's strange sometimes. But we got into The Mandalorian and she loved it. And it's really fascinating because she knows nothing about Star Wars other than the fact that, like, the things that everyone knows just from, like, popular culture references. So I think this episode works even in that sense because you can know enough about it from having no knowledge to still enjoy it. And, you know, just the kind of concept of mean people take over town, ruin lives, save nice people. Like, that is like a tried and tested sort of plotline in any show, but a real sci-fi thing. And I love that we were able to see the people celebrating that they had their home back. And yeah, they might have a lot of work, a lot of rebuilding to do, but they're safe and they're free now. And that really was amazing. He's got a little bit more Beskar steel, so maybe he could make Baby Grogu some little Mandalorian armor if he chooses him. I still do want to learn more about the Mandalorians. I still would like to sort of know if Mando is going to potentially, our Mando, Jin, is potentially going to become more willing to take off the mask. I know there's been all the like rumours that like Pedro Pascal wants to leave because he can't take his mask off and all that kind of stuff. So that would be a way for that to happen. If he kind of thinks, oh, I was raised by a particularly zealous branch, like I'll keep it on most of the time, or I don't know. But no matter, just seeing a Jedi was everything. Maybe, like I said, 10 times more excited to see the Clone Wars. And then when she was sitting there going, and baby was talking to, like, just being able to commune through the Force, I imagine. And we still don't know his species name, but we know his name. Oh, Grogu. That is how you say it, right? It's Grogu. Grogu. My son. He is the light of my life. And I genuinely did not know what was going to happen with his name. Like, I was like, I mean, obviously, okay, he's been around for 50 years. Chances are someone named him, but was eventually Mando going to name him or whatever? And I love the fact that he was able to communicate to her his name. And kind of hearing that he spent time, he was in a Jedi temple, he was happy, he was being trained, and then some mean people took him away, and things got dark and scary, and now he's a bit scared to use the Force. Like, that has upset me a lot. Like, I mean, even though we basically knew that was kind of likely to be his path in life, because he was, I mean, the people Mando took him from in the first episode, Mando killed them all, so if they were good people, that would have been a bit awkward. Oh, hi, sworn people that I'm protecting the baby, I'm there to do all. But just that makes me really sad, but it also just adds to the impact of their relationship, because literally the first night they were together, the baby was like, he's wounded, let me heal you, and Mando was like, no. And then the first fight they were in together, the baby was like, mean monster, stop. You know, he's been using the Force around Mando since day one. He has been, obviously Mando stopped him from healing him, but he was gonna go over there and, oh, let me deal with that, sweetheart. You know, they have been bonded so much, and, you know, I love their relationship, and the way that she said he was in the dark, and he was scared, and he was alone. I definitely think the next part of that was, and then he found you. Now, I'm sure not as much as immediately Baby Yoda was, you know, using the Force around him, I felt a little bit of like, this man has protected me, he fought and he saved me. I think the more time they've spent together, the more Baby Grogu will be starting to trust him. Because he's, you know, a scared and traumatized child to an extent, but he's very comfortable around him now. And, you know, I liked the fact that at the beginning of the episode, when he was like, nope, I said go and buckle up or go and sit in your seat, that the baby still did that. I like that they had him, like, listening, you know, he's not just a totally rebellious child. And yeah, he wanted that thing, and Mando hadn't in that particular moment told him not to take it. Just everything, that was so brilliant. And how, when she wanted him to use the Force, and he was like, not really that. I mean, he was a bit scared. But then when Mando asked him to, he was kind of, I don't know. But then with the shiny ball that he knows he loves because of their connection. Ugh. Now, I don't like what she said about there's a lot of fear and anger in him, and that could turn him like another young person. And I'm assuming she's talking about Anakin. That fits with what I remember. I mean, I've seen all the movies about Anakin. And yeah, I can kind of see potentially, like, yeah, maybe, like, there is a danger that Baby Yoda, Baby Grogu will grow up and become bad. But take any baby in the entire world, there is a chance that baby will grow up bad. But yeah, he had lovely experiences, then he had traumatic experiences, and now, okay, yeah, he's having some traumatic experiences, but with Mando, he has had someone that has found him, that has fought for him, that yeah, he left him, but then he came back and he fought for him. He has had someone that's been there every day, protecting him, fighting for him, saving him. And yeah, okay, we saw that time when Cara was arm wrestling Mando, and then he was like, die. But I think kind of, I don't know, maybe that triggered a bad memory in him. Maybe, you know, I think he was sort of trying to help his dad in that moment. I don't think that was evil. And him, like, eating the eggs and stealing snacks, like, he's a baby. Yeah, he needs training. Yeah, he needs, and when I say training, I don't even just mean Jedi training. I mean, like, he needs kind of right and wrong lessons a little bit, and kind of, I know you're hungry and that looks tasty, but that's that. Even if that was that person's snacks, you can't just take them, you know, even with the eggs. But I truly do believe that the fact that we've seen him instinctively go to heal people, instinctively protect Mando, that while he's a cheeky, mischievous little soul, he's not evil yet. I mean, maybe with a whole life of trauma he could become evil. I think if potentially the Empire got their hands on him and he'd survived what they did to him, maybe he'd have wanted revenge and gone dark. I don't know if he would have joined the Empire, but, you know, become like a bloodthirsty crazy person. But I don't think we need to be super worried about him yet. But I don't like the fact that we had her say that he could go dark. But I thought it was interesting that the Force could wear off. Is that a thing? So if you stop using your Force powers, do you stop being able to use the Force powers? But I mean, the baby has used them fairly consistently. You know, nothing too massive, nothing too major, but he uses them every now and then. And, you know, there's only been one instance where I'd say it was truly with malicious intent. But maybe he was just like, you're a Trump supporter. You know, I cannot, I mean, you have to hold back that rage when you see a crazy right-wing person like whatever Kara's actress' name was. When I double checked that she was an awful person, and she is an awful person, in my opinion, fully my opinion, I must add. Trump supporting, transphobe, anti-Black Lives Matter, joining Parler, every red flag there is about a person, she's got them. Maybe that was just a baby could sense the actress, and it was, you know, wasn't even scripted. Just a baby was like, that actress is bad. I love Cara a lot. I don't have anything against the character. It's just the actress. I got so many dislikes on that video, and that makes me really, really laugh. But yes, anyway, I don't think he's evil. But I love kind of the concept of him being able to go to this place, the Seeing Stone, and again, maybe that's a thing from the movies, or if it is from the movies, I do not remember it, unless it was mentioned in passing and I've just forgotten it. It could have been from one of the books or the show. Like, I know there's been a lot of other Star Wars stuff that this is the first thing other than the movies that Star Wars related that I have watched. But I love the concept of that, you know, he can go to this place and see his path and choose. And if he calls out for a Jedi Master, then one might come to find him. But if he calls out for Mando, he might get to be with him. And it is hard in a sense to know what the sweet angel baby would want to do, because, like, yeah, he spent the beginning of his life, it would seem from the way she described it, being happy and cared for, and then bad people came and he was scared and worried a lot. But now he's with Mando, and we know he's safe with him, because there have been numerous times where danger happens, he runs to Mando. He uses powers to protect him. I am choosing to believe that in that moment the baby would pick a path with him, because he's his father. They are a clan of two. I will be really devastated if at any point in this show they decide that the baby's going to go and train somewhere else. And I don't care, even if they're like, oh, we're making a new show that's going to be all about baby Grogu training to become a Jedi, it's called Grogu. You know, I would watch that show and love it. But Mando and Grogu, their relationship is my life. And the fact that I can just use his name, I'm still really stressed I'm mispronouncing it, because I feel like the first time she said it, it sounded kind of like Grogu. And then when he says it, it sounds like Grogu. I'm stressed that I'm mispronouncing my son's name. I'll be looking that up on the internet first chance I get after I finish recording this. But that would devastate me, because their relationship is the core of this show. As much as you have all the epic Star Wars stuff, the battles, the sci-fi, if this show had existed and they hadn't had a baby Grogu in it, I would have been really happy. I would have probably really loved the show. I don't think I'd have loved it as much because A, you know how much I love the character of Grogu, and B, their relationship is just so special. Just the way it's built up, and just the little quiet moments. Like, some of my favourite moments in the episodes aren't the epic fight scenes as much as I do like those. They're the quiet character moments. And they have so many sweet moments that it has to go the way of the baby choosing to be with him, surely. Because they are a family. And, you know, Mando, as much as he was, like, almost begging her to take the baby, because that's his mission that he's been given, and especially as a Mandalorian, looking after the foundling and doing what's right for him is what he needs to do. His mentor, I don't entirely know what her, like, rank or name would be, sent him on this mission to return the baby to a Jedi to be trained, and he found one who seemed kind and good and connected with the baby enough to talk. You could see why him thinking it would be best for him if he's there. I mean, riding around in his ship in danger isn't necessarily going to be the best life, and she seems like someone that's perfectly capable of protecting the baby as well. But at the end of the day, sometimes what's best for them, for a baby, is being with their parent, being with someone they have that connection with and that training with. And he's not going to have a normal life. I mean, unless Mando were to go and settle down with him somewhere. He's always going to be that little bit different, because he's of a species that is very rare. Because he has force powers, and even if those go away, I think the bond they have is enough that I will be devastated if at any point in this show they separate. Now, if it's a case, I mean, I don't get, like, this episode, when I suddenly was like, what if they've completed his story, we know his name, and they're gonna Mando's gonna go and do something else. I actually started to feel sick. I'm too invested in my shows. When they disappoint me, when they do something that hurts me, I break a little bit and it makes me feel sick. So I was stressed. But you could see how much Mando himself didn't want to give up the baby. How he was kind of, okay, I'll take you back. And it was hurting him, the idea of giving up that baby. So it has to be the way that they're going to stay together. But I'm now terrified that it's going to go somewhere different than that, because I dread that happening. If it were to happen for like an episode, and then Mando were to be missing him too much, and then the baby were to like send out a force signal, I don't know if you could do that to a non-force user, or be like, we have to go find him. That would work if they were like, this is for the best. Like, I could kind of, if this episode had been like, no, it's for the best, I'm leaving you here. But then in an episode or two's time, it was like, we must be together. But they are a unit, and they are this show. I love all the rest of it. If this show had none of the other stuff, I would still really enjoy it. But it's the combination of their relationship, their characters, and the world they're in that I'm in love with. So this was another brilliant episode. I genuinely was not expecting to cry or almost cry when I found out my son's name. But this episode, just the fact that Mando was able to say his name and the baby heard his dad saying his name for the first time. I mean, I still want Mando to call him kid, you know, from time, because that's just sweet. I mean, people call real life kids people call their kids pumpkin and sweetheart and all sorts of things. So yeah, but they know his name, and that was everything, and their relationship was everything, and I'm emotional. So this was a brilliant episode. Thank you so much for watching. But if you would like to watch the unedited version, you can see that up on my Patreon. And yes, thank you for watching.